Good morning. Welcome back to another episode of Trashcat Kitchen. I'm on board with this because it's got me at my most minimal effort ever. I have clothes on. I have no makeup on. I haven't done anything yet today, like in terms of getting ready, because I haven't worked out yet. But I really like doing this because it's the most authentic I am in the kitchen. Like in self-isolation at this time of the day, there's like a 90% chance that I look like this. So yeah, but today's a really, really exciting day. Let me tell you why. This weekend, my garden produced enough blackberries to make blackberry cobbler. One of my dreams is, and I mean like not once off my list, but just things that make me blissed out happy, is scratch on steroids. Like making things from scratch, but like on steroids, because it's so infrequent, but it will get way more frequent. That I can make things from scratch, but like including like I literally grew these. That's thrilling. So we're gonna make blackberry cobbler. I recognize, like, if you're anything like me, you live with people that don't give a shit about this. So this is purely because I was just saying to him, the older I get, the more I realize how country my upbringing actually was. So this thrills me because it reminds me of summers in Kentucky with my mama. Just like, you know, fruit pies and cobblers, and I mean, it's just like the best. Let's get started. I'm stealing a recipe from somebody called the Pioneer Woman. I know she's famous. She's just not somebody that I have referred to in the past, but her cobbler recipe comes up quick on Google, so we're gonna use that one. Okay, so here are the ingredients that you need. You need milk, self-rising flour, which is flour with salt and baking powder. You need a stick of butter, you need sugar, and you need 2 cups of blackberries. So let's get this party started. So in an effort to make 1 cup of self-rising flour, I'm gonna take a cup of flour. I'm gonna add some salt, and then I need 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. Okay, and then you just wanna kind of mix it. No stress, right? Done. Next, you wanna melt some butter. I like to break my butter up a little bit. It melts more evenly that way, I find. So I just kind of roughly cut it.
You're the one. You make goddamn yeah, so fun. This is you, motherfucker.
Okay, so I'm gonna dump in the flour. And then I need a cup of sugar. I gotta admit to you, I really don't like using this kind of sugar. Like it really does bother me. But we're in a pandemic, so take what you can get. And then I just kinda stir that around a little bit. Check on my butter. It appears to be melted. I want a whisk. I'm gonna leave the sugar out because I'm gonna need it again. God damn it. All right, so then I want a cup of milk. All right, so I want to whisk this, and then I want to whisk my milk into it. This is a time that I'm going to use a convection oven, so it doesn't take as long to heat up, my little smart oven. But if you are using an oven that takes some time, maybe go ahead and preheat your oven to 350 right now. Mine takes like literally 5 minutes, so I'm going to wait a little bit longer. Like I haven't even prepped my pan yet. So you'd be amazed at how that thing, I am such a fan of that appliance. You really want to get this like really thoroughly mixed. So if you're using like a whisk or a fork or whatever you're using to mix it, just make sure you're doing a really thorough job because you don't want clumps of the flour. The whisk is nice because it aerates it a little bit too. You know, you're not making like bread. You don't have to worry about making it tough. And then once that's done, you pour in your butter. Delicious. Jeremy keeps calling me the bougie farmer, and then he's out there right now putting wheels on. You'll see it in the vlog for this week, but he's literally putting wheels on this kitchen island that he decided to build me. So I've got more prep space, because you know how I've been bitching about I don't have enough prep space because we've had to add all these appliances. So I now, he repurposed a slab of marble, took some wood, I built me like a floating kitchen island on wheels, and I stained it last night, and he's working on it right now. I'm gonna go back out there and restain it. Okay, so this is really well mixed. So you're done. And it looks like so. You get those nice like ribbons. Okay, so now we're gonna rinse and pat dry our blackberries. Okay, so you wanna pat these dry. I'm trying to reduce our waste because pandemic, I can't find paper towels. And plus it's kind of like a nice little, you know, it's a nice little adventure to take. So you're gonna pat these dry. You can use paper towels if you have them. We have like 5, so I'm not gonna use those. I'm gonna use a normal towel. If you can get, blackberries are in season right now. They're starting to really become available, so if you can find them, great. If you can't, you live in Texas, I think dewberries are really popular. Blackberries tend to be bigger. But yeah, use whatever you want, no judgment. So I'm just really, frankly, this is purely an excuse for me to use all my blackberries because you have no idea how excited I am about this. This is just me taking advantage of like a dream. That's it. I found an opportunity. I'm seizing it. Do shit that makes you happy. Key thing. We've rinsed, we've patted dry. We do not incorporate this directly into this. What we wind up doing is putting this into the dish. So let's do that now. They always tell you to butter it. I like spray. I find it easier. I also, it's so neutral tasting and it releases well. The thing with butter is that it can taste so heavy sometimes, especially if you're liberal with it. So that's purely your call, but just that's my opinion. We're gonna pour the batter into the dish. And I always like, especially with stuff like this, I love to pour it directly into the center and let it spread out. I just feel like it looks really smooth that way. And this batter is really nice because it's a super simple batter. It just smooths itself out. You don't have to do anything to it. This is one of those like recipes that you make and you're like, why do people make stuff from box mix? This is just as easy. Now we put the blackberries in. So you want them kind of distributed evenly, but at the same time, like, don't freak yourself out. And my blackberries are massive, so they're gonna be kind of everywhere. So now we look like this. And we want a 1/4 cup of sugar on top. White sugar caramelizes when it gets hot. Brown sugar, because it has molasses, tends to be a little chewier. And like in cookies, this really matters. But for this, do whatever you want. I'm gonna use the white sugar because this is one of those recipes where, what are we trying to do? I'm probably not gonna use a whole 1/4 cup though, because I really don't like a shit ton of white sugar. Like I really prefer a more natural, just a lesser refined sugar. You know what I mean? Okay, so we're looking like this before we go into the oven. And I did not use the full 1/4 cup. I used like half of it. So this has been 1/8 cup of sugar on top of these berries, and then I've got the full cup into the batter. So, you know, do whatever you want. I'm kind of showing you that this is how I was raised. It's just a very pantry staple dessert or snack or breakfast, kind of depending on your day. No judgment. But yeah, so if you wanted to elevate it and use, you know, different flours, different sugars, you totally could. I just haven't. Plus, you know, the stores don't really have that right now. So this is what we're making do. But it's more about the fact that I've got these spectacular, you know, literally backyard fresh blackberries in there that I'm just so thrilled about. So, okay. One of the other things that I really like about desserts like this is A, they're just easy to cool. You just put them on your trivet when you're done. So you know what I mean? Like it doesn't take up a ton of space. But B, the cleanup for this is literally this. I love when I don't have to clean up 10 million things because I clean my kitchen every day and if you're any, like, you guys see this in the holidays with me, when I clean my kitchen like 4 times a day, it starts to get me nutty. The other thing, you know, something else I really like about desserts like this is we literally haven't had groceries in 3 weeks. I have curbside order today, but we're high risk, right? So we can't leave the house and like go to the grocery store or anything. So what's really nice about this is if you have this in stock, if you've got all these things in your, I mean, it does not a ton of stuff, but if you've got them in your house and you've got either blackberries growing, your neighbor does, or you happen to get them at the grocery store, or other fruit, you can throw it in, right? You can totally sub out a different berry for this. I just grew up on this and I really like blackberries, and I have them in my garden, so this was like, I don't think I can overstate the level of excitement that I have for this. My oven's ready. Okay, got it in for about an hour. I'm gonna check on it at about 40 minutes because again it's, oh gosh, stuff on me, because it's convection oven. Okay, so this is what it looks like now that it's done. Obviously you can see the blackberries sink. I guess she used lighter ones, I'm not quite sure. Or mine are huge, so maybe they just were too heavy. That's what I'm kind of thinking. Whatever. This is for household consumption. This isn't for like shower or anything. But I wanted to also note that it took about 41 minutes in the convection oven versus an hour. So let's cut into it and see how it is. Oh my God, that looks so good. I'm all right, I'm excited. So that is what it looks like on the inside. And that is a piece. Let's try and see what we think. Oh my God. Okay, so this is really good. Something I would tell you, I only used 1/8 of a cup of sugar on the top instead of a quarter, and it doesn't need a full quarter. I mean, if you really want it like super sweet, but it is plenty sweet with just 1/8. This is delicious. I'm very happy right now. So again, 41 minutes in a convection oven, an hour in a normal, like traditional oven. But yeah, super simple, pantry, staple basics are really all you're using to make it. I'll totally make this good. If I get 2 cups over the couple of days like I just did, oh, hell yes. This is bomb. I hope y'all enjoyed this episode of Trashcat Kitchen, and I'll see y'all very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.